Call to order the Greenwood Redevelopment Commission on this, the 12th day of March, 2024. And roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Present.
Mr. Hoover,
Here.
Mr. Hopper,
Here.
Mr. Harris,
Here.
Mr. Campbell,
Here.
and non-voting advisor, Mr. Zaborowski.
Here.
Thank you.
We have quorum for the record. Mr. Campbell is with us virtually today. Is there a motion to approve our minutes from our February 13th meeting?
I'll motion.
Motion by Mr. Harris.
Second that.
Second by Mr. Hoover. Any questions, corrections, deletions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Harris,
Yes. You.
Mr. Campbell,
Yay.
Mr. Hopper. Mr. Hoover,
Yeah.
Mr. Long, or Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Thank you.
Minutes are approved 5-0. New business resolution 2024-01, a resolution of the Greenwood Redevelopment Commission confirming a declaratory resolution amending the East Side Economic Development Area and the Economic Development Plan, therefore, to establish an age-restricted housing program under Indiana Code 36-7-1449, Pulte-Dale Web Project. Adam, will you be speaking on this, or?
Good afternoon. So really nothing new to report here. This is the final step in the process. So it has worked its way through the Redevelopment Commission last fall as a declaratory, then went to the Planning Commission, Common Council. All the impacted units or overlapping units for that measure have been notified by mail, received the tax impact statement for each of these, resolution 2024 and 01 and 02 for that matter. Today just satisfies the required public hearing, which has been noticed appropriately as well.
Anybody have any questions for Adam? All right, hearing none, I'll open up the public hearing. Anybody who would like to come forward and speak for or against, may do so now. If you're online, take yourself off mute. All right. Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. Is there a motion to approve resolution 2024-01? So, motion by Mr. Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. Any discussion from anyone? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Hoover,
Aye.
Mr. Hopper,
Aye.
Mr. Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Campbell.
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution 2024-01 is approved 5-0. Resolution 2024-02, a resolution of the Greenwood Redevelopment Commission confirming a declaratory resolution amending the East Side Economic Development Area and the Economic Development Plan, Anderson Hauser / Unicorp Project. Same, ditto, Adam? Okay. Any questions for Adam on this one? All right. Hearing no questions, I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Anybody who'd like to come forward and speak for or against may do so now. Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. Is there a motion to approve? Move for approval of 2024-02. Mr. Hoover, is there a second? Second by Mr. Miller. Discussion from anybody? Hearing none, roll call.
Mr. Hoover,
Aye.
Mr. Hopper.
Aye.
Mr. Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Campbell,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion is approved 5-0. Old business, none. Capital project reports. We're taking this Greenwood Sport Park off, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Financial report, monthly financial. In the annual report to the fiscal body.
So I have two items. The first is the monthly, only one item in the report there, that
It's already done,
website.
Dave, if you want to.
What?
We're already done. If you want to. Your part's already done.
Oh, sorry.
No,
got caught in traffic.
no,
I'm
no
so
worries.
I voted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, yeah, sorry to have you drive all the way down here, but it's good, you're good to go. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, no worries.
Needed the ball this year.
So with regards to the monthly report, there is that site, the daily revenues and expenses are driven through integration to the accounting system. That integration is down temporarily. It's a technical issue with database. So working through that, we've left the site up. We've noted the site that it's basically, it's still working. The data just is not coming through. For 2024, we caught it and are working through that. So really not a big issue. Just wanted to make sure it was on public record. We'll get it adjusted so that that data gets pending again. And then the major item is the annual TIP management report. This is the gateway report that's due April 15th. This is hot off the press. It just got, first off, thank you to Commissioner Harris for reviewing that and doing that quickly. We also have received the Finance Department's approval of that as well. So my understanding, Mr. Watson, is that there's not really, doesn't have to be formal approvals of this, just has to be sort of acknowledged at the commission and the city council level this year. And then we'll upload all that data via Gateway prior to April 15th.
That's right, and most particularly, I believe delegation authority was granted at a prior meeting, so no action needs to be taken on this by the commission at this point.
Very good. So this is the final form. This is what we'll use to actually update Gateway via the TIP management portal. That'll be done within the next week or so. So at your next April meeting, we'll give you confirmation of that. But what you have ahead of you this year, one new requirement is that in addition to Gateway, the city council will also be made version available, so we'll get the same copy at their next meeting. And happy to answer any questions, but it satisfies all the required elements and summarizes the very bottom page, the base incremental values for anyone who is interested. We have the parcel by parcel details on that as well. There's quite a few number of parcels tracked there that at least will give you a summary. Again, thank you, Commissioner Harris, and then thank you to the city controller for helping us review and prepare.
And I would note that the new statute requirement does require that it be presented at a public meeting of the council, so it just needs to get on the agenda at some point.
Any questions for Adam?
One other question. There are actually two annual reports that are required. The first one's supposed to come from the controller. And has that been provided yet? It's not due technically until March 31.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get it. Is that in addition to the TIP management report?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's set up so that the controller provides information to the redevelopment commission by March 31 and then between March 31 and April 15, the redevelopment commission is supposed to prepare its report, which you've already done.
Yes, and that report is sort of from the finance department. We have helped prepare it, but that is information from their office. So I don't know if that deals with it, but I believe they're the same thing, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Since it gets incorporated into it, I agree.
Yep. Okay.
It ultimately becomes kind of the same thing. But I would recommend that we somehow formalize a separate report coming from the controller's office.
Okay. Anything else for me this evening?
Thanks, Adam.
Good, thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Department reports, Mr. Hodgson. We'll come back if he has anything. Mr. Watson?
The only thing I have is just follow up on the Beers Project annual report, which we briefly discussed at the February meeting, and I have reviewed their proposed annual report, and I provided a summary and opinion to the commission president, recommending that it be determined to be acceptable and that their oral report be waived, and the commission's president did waive that, so that's why they are not here. But I will just, for the record, advise you that this annual report stems from the 2019 project agreement with Verus that basically helped incentivize them to build a new warehouse type facility east of 65 and north of Main Street. And they have constructed and completed that project, it's fully completed and fully leased. And they have, based on their CF1, which is their abatement filing that was filed in March of 2023, they have expended $9.6 million on this project, which exceeds the $7.1 million projection. So that's good. The project has thus far generated $7.8 million in new assessed value. The project has generated $143,000 in property tax payments. I had to look a little bit closer at that because it seemed like it should have been more than that. But the reason for it being a little bit lower at this point is it's subject to a tax abatement. And not only that, their assessed values fluctuated a little bit from one year to the next, both improvements and land. So that kind of made it look a little bit wonky, but in any event, I verified that everything was in order in that respect. And over the life of the 10-year tax abatement, I think it's projected to generate about 1.3 million in new property taxes. So that's obviously good. And they also reported through their CF1 filing in March of 2023 that the project had 115 employees with a total salary payment of 1.7 million. And they'll update that with their new CF1 that will be filed this spring. So that you don't have to take any further action at this point, other than noting that they have complied with their requirements.
Questions for Mr. Watson on that? Anybody? All right. Sam, did you have anything, sir?
Nope,
Sorry.
nothing, thanks.
Greg, Mr. Wright? Nothing for me. Nice. Mr. St. John?
Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have for you tonight just one item. It is a utility reimbursement agreement with Duke Energy for the Smith Valley Road and Woodman Boulevard roundabout. If you'll recall, last month I was here before you for a similar agreement with Duke for Smith Valley Road and Averett Road. Or it might have been for Woodman as well too. Both of those roundabout projects have Duke facilities that are in easement that need to relocate, and we have to pay them to relocate. This agreement outlines Duke's responsibilities and our cost share. I would note that this agreement will replace the one that you all executed last month. There was some things that were clarified on the way Duke wanted to fund the projects, and it's all going to be covered under this single agreement. So the one from last month will be voided, and this one will become the governing relocation agreement for the transmission lines out there.
Any questions for Mr. St. John?
So this is a technical question. So there's a signature for the treasurer of the RDC. Technically, we don't have a treasurer, is that right?
Normally that would be the secretary. It should be the secretary. We should update that, or just strike through and correct that.
Because
When
there's
it's
three
executed.
places for a signature.
The treasurer, technically by statute, is the city controller.
I just noticed that, sorry.
But as long as it has a place for the secretary to sign.
Yeah, it does. You said it. Signature block.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Mr. Hoover. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Harris. First. Any questions, comments from anybody? All right. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Campbell,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Hoover,
Aye.
Mr. Hopper.
Aye. Motion is approved 5-0.
And just for the record, it's my understanding that there were 2 prior agreements approved, and that this one only replaces one of them. Am I thinking correctly on that? And I just want, for the record, I want to make sure which one this is replacing.
There was only one previous agreement approved. It was at your January meeting, and this will replace that one.
Okay, thank you.
No, there was 2, Mark. There was a
transmission, and one is, the other was distribution, I think.
Distribution.
Okay, it will replace the transmission one. The distribution one will remain in place.
Thank you.
All right, anything from the mayor's office? Thank you. Is there a motion to approve our claims docket, the amount of $4,071,877.28?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. Any questions, comments from anybody? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell,
Aye.
Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Hoover,
Aye.
Mr. Howard.
Motion is approved 5-0. Anybody else have anything for us today, or online or in the room? All right, hearing none, we will stand adjourned.